Ezekiel Elliott. He spins free. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Let him know. Hey, kill. 27, 26.
Now Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A sack by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Cooper's got it. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. A first down throw for Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose.
What we got?
First down, Prescott. And that is caught. It's Witten for the Cowboy touchdown. Jason Witten there to make the grab. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A first carry now for Jordan Howard. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They go counter with Howard. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he connects with Ertz. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
On 1st down, Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards and a first down for Philly. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 6-0 our score. After one.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Cowboys 6, Eagles nothing.
Hey, girl, back man. 20. Like 54. Double dog.
Wentz on the draw, leaves it for Sanders. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move. From the 20 to the 15. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
So the field goal that cuts the lead in half as they, too, are able to get some points on their initial drive of the game.
Yeah, all in all, a pretty positive response, right, to the points that were scored against them. And they got a little help from their opponent anyway. Missed the conversion, so now they're just 3 back.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
We won it. Coming my way. 57 to mine. Here we go, 46.
Prescott on first down. Forced out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Nigel Bradham flying in and laying the lumber defensively.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
To try again after the sack. Prescott, and got his man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 37 yards.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. They keep on the ground with Elliott.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boys. I see you.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. From the 27, Prescott flushed, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Brandon Graham able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 17-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more...
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Stepping aside from this game for a second, how about us being in Week 10 of the NFL season right now? That makes me want to resurface that MVP talk we had earlier in the year. Who do you have right now leading in the MVP race?
Is this quarterbacks edition only, or can we actually bring other people into it?
Yeah, go wherever.
Because the league does tell you that MVP can be anyone, but numbers show us it's really got to be a quarterback. So let's just start there, right? Russell Wilson in Seattle. I think he has to be a prime guy. I think you have to look at Tom Brady, all right? It's always Tom Brady. Patrick Mahomes, if he can get back into the lineup and be his usual self, he could get into this race again and maybe defend his crown. And Aaron Rodgers from Green Bay has really come on in recent weeks despite a stumble against the Chargers this past week. But how about Lamar Jackson? I mean, what he's doing with Baltimore and their win over New England, you've got to have him as a prime candidate. And you know how much I love Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, he's a special one, isn't he?
Oh, he is absolutely special because he does it all. And if they weren't risking injury, he'd run back kicks too.
Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A good pickup there at 22. Throwing on first is Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Wentz. Ertz over the middle. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 30.
57.
Throwing on 2nd down. Wentz. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. 22 yards there, a first down.
It's a gain of 22 yards. That's another Eagles first down.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
3 down. Let's find 7. Check 48's the mic. Hey, high 7.
Now Wentz again. Got a man open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
He'll let it fly for Austin. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
That's got to be a kill. 54, right there. 54.
Final play of the half. Prescott steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On third down, this is Howard. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
46 down, man, 5-4. 54. Hey, wahoo.
Here we go on fourth down with Wentz. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 27 yards, a big play there on fourth. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Out of the gun, this is Howard. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a third down stop by them.
Now the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on fourth down.
Hey, echo.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. He'll hit Jackson, complete. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
53. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Prescott. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in.
We got this.
A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Throwing again on second down. Prescott, a battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Mills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They go with Howard to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They go with Howard again. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Hey, watch his flat, watch his flat. Watch his flat. Watch his flat. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Here's Austin. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
46-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
No running room for Zeke on 1st down as he'll maybe get a yard out of that. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill. On 2nd and 9, Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. From the red zone now, Prescott. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Now Elliott. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line. Because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Second and goal from the 1. Here's Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Randall Cobb there to make the grab. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10.
Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 30. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. This is caught by Jackson. 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson, 76 yards, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead is up to 5.
Next to score, Eagles 17.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Here's Prescott. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Here we go. 180. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
On first down, they run with Howard. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Wentz to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Now, this was still going to be a one-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the 4th.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye by the defenders coming out on the field now as he goes back to the bench after that miss.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it. He's got it at the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. It's a gain of 35. Back to throw. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ballgame.
This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Tony Pollard with time running out. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute.
He took you to school.
So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. following the touchdown. Here's Marr to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of...
He's got a man. Complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. To throw is Wentz. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this one is right down Broadway. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Prescott. And his throw is incomplete. The intended receiver, Tavon Austin. And it's 3rd down. So 3rd down coming up. And, Charles, I guess the question for me, where does 4-down territory begin possibly?
I guess for me it begins if you have 4th and 5 or less. Because you got to understand your team and know what your play calls are. What do you have that you think you're confident that you can pick up that type of yardage? It might be 4th and 3 for some teams. But I think anything under 4th and 5, they'll think about going for it.
17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a 1st down. To throw is Prescott. Caught by Cobb. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott. That's complete to Cobb. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Throwing. Prescott. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now Prescott. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Prescott to throw on 4th. He finds his man. It's Austin. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. From the shotgun again to Elliott. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Now, partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Philly.